Hi, thank you for helping me conduct this interview.
Pleasure to be here.
What's your name?
Elias,
Hi, Elias. Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you.
So, Elias, do you consider yourself an overall active person?
Well, I am an active person, but I'm not very actively in sports or running or any of that, but I'm always busy doing something.
But would you compete in anything or have you competed in anything?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so you have some sports background.
A little bit.
Okay. What do you think is the definition of extreme sports?
Well, extreme sport is something that really kind of gets you on your edge, a little bit out of your comfort zone. But more importantly, it's something that gets your adrenaline working, and it really gets you thinking, this is it. This is the end.
Wow, very deep. Have you ever performed one?
I have done a few, but the one that comes to mind is when I went whitewater rafting.
Oh, can you tell me a little bit about your experience?
Yeah, it was frightening. It was pretty scary, actually.
Really? What is it? How was your environment? I mean, what did you have to do?
Well, it was going up in the mountain and then to the steepest high up the hill, and then going the river and just really going to this really water that is you could drown basically, and that's the disturbing part is knowing that you can drown.
And did you know how to swim before that?
No, I did not know how to swim. Although we were wearing a vest, it was still kind of safe, but at the same time, it was scary.
So what made you do it?
Well, it was for a work function. It was something that it was supposed to be a team building experience. So there was like 200 people were invited to go to this function, and I ended up going. So we ended up with quite a few rafts, and there was a lot of competition going on among our employees, and a little bit of a teamwork as far as getting like 10 people on this raft and see who made it down to the bottom of the hill first.
Oh, wow. And I mean, could you tell me a little bit about it? What was going through your head? How did you feel? I mean,
Well, first of all, there was a lot of fear kind of going up the hill on this buzz with the raft right above it, and I'm thinking, this is it, I'm going to die here. And then as I'm getting on the raft and I can see, how the water was running so fast, and I'm thinking I'm never gonna make it down to the bottom. So it was a little bit of fear, a little bit of anxiety, the uncertainty, not knowing what was gonna happen, thinking about my family, my wife, my kids, and thinking, what if I don't make it back home? Something happens to me. I hit myself and on the head with a rock, and I'm by nature a little bit overthinker. I'm always thinking about what could happen. So what was going through my mind as I was going up the hill and before I got on the water raft was all the worst case scenario, every aspect that could go wrong. I thought about it. I thought, what would I do when I get to that situation, and how to keep myself safe. And so my heart rate was just beating so fast, trying to stay calm, and it was quite an experience.
was there a certain point in your trip that you felt your life was in danger?
Um, Going up on the hill towards the water uh, raft before we started is where I really thought I was in danger. But then once I started going down the hill on the water raft, that's where the adrenaline kicked in. So you don't really think much about it. You just go, and you got a team of people that are want to do the exact same thing that you want to do, is be safe, have a little bit of fun, and make it down to the bottom as quickly as possible. So we were taking care of each other. We saw some huge rocks that our raft was hit the side of the rock, but then we worked together as a team to push it away from the rock and keep going down the hill. So there's quite a bit of times where I thought, this is it, but you don't really think much about it until afterwards because your heart rate is beating and you're just going for it.
And I see that you mentioned a little bit about adrenaline. Could you explain me a little more? Like, how did that adrenaline feel, or did that impact your activity in any way?
Well, I think that, like, for me, it was just thinking about the worst case scenario, thinking about, oh, what if this, and I'm gonna do this, and that's being rational, calm, thinking on how you take care of a situation. Adrenaline is when you don't really think much about it. You just go. You see the danger, you just go. But there's a little bit of excitement going on, almost like a little bit of a just where it just kicks in and you just go. You're full of energy and you just want to go, 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 and then you get to a place where you're done, and then you feel like, whoa, what a rush.
Wow. Now, was it mandatory for you to perform this sport?
No, it wasn't mandatory, but then you don't want to be the first one to say, yeah, I'm too afraid, I don't want to do this. So it was a little bit of a peer pressure that was happening, but it wasn't really mandatory. But I'm glad I did it. Now that I think back, I think it was a great experience.
So, do you think like what were like the social aspects of it? Was it, well, I know you mentioned peer pressure. Was it like I want to do it because I kind of need to do it, or because I just want to have a good time with my coworkers?
Well, I think it was both. It was the fact that I trusted the people that I was with, so it was good that I was with them. At the same time, it was a little bit of, I, I got to do this, and because it's something that I'm not really good at when it comes to getting out of my comfort zone and doing some crazy stuff. So it was something that I wanted to experience and really face reality and face that fear of the unknown and then just go for it. And the fact that I was with people that I trusted and also feel a little bit of pressure from them that, come on, we got to do this, really kind of made me do it.
And how did you feel after, when it was all over?
Relieved. I'm glad I did it, made it, safe, excited, a sense of accomplishment. It was a lot of emotions going on, just almost like just this rush, and calm at the same time. Weird to explain.
Wow. Well, would you do this sport again, or would you recommend it to anyone?
You know, I would do it again under the right circumstances. Like I said, by nature, I'm not definitely that type of person that likes all these extreme activities. But for people that really like extreme sports or an activity like skiing or snowboarding, or definitely, I think this is a great experience for somebody who really enjoys being in those type of situations.
And would you ever do some sort of extreme sport again? And did your experience whitewater rafting have anything to do with that?
Yeah, I would, and the fact that you really could think about it, and knowing that feeling at the end, that accomplishment, that sense of relief, that sense of, wow, this was worth it. It's enough to do it again.
Well, I'm so happy that you had such a positive experience. Any last comments that you want to make?
No, just great being here. This is a great place. I'm glad that you guys invited me here, and so thank you for allowing me to share my experience with you guys.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your experience with us. Okay, bye, Elias.
Okay, see you guys. Say hi to my fans.